Hello, how are you guys doing tonight? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so excited to have you guys come tonight. Thank you for taking time to spend here with me tonight. Tonight will be a very good night. Hi, Ludmir. Welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you. So, tonight we're going to be. Hi, Evelyn. How are you?
Hello, how are you guys doing?
Sorry, let me turn that off, my phone off, the volume on my phone down. So I'm glad you guys are coming here tonight. Happy Martin Luther King's Day to everyone tonight. Tonight, is a very special night because we're going to be talking tonight about vision, creating a vision plan for your life. And it is so super important. And so I'm doing really good tonight. Thank you for coming in. Definitely please share as you log in. Please share as you log in. We're going to have a great conversation tonight. Again, we're going to be talking about vision planning and how important it is for us to create a vision plan for our life. So many times you hear, one of the things that was actually strange because normally at the beginning of the new year, so many people are talking about, oh, my New Year's resolution, all the things that I'm going to do this year in 2021. And so 2020 was so challenging. I think it slapped that right out of people's mouth, this vision planning, but we must plan. And while things are very challenging and very difficult, you never know, a lot of people, hi, Suka, welcome. So many people are saying, I'm not sure, I don't know about 2021 because 2020 was so difficult, was so challenging. So I'm just going to wait and see. But we cannot wait and see. We have to plan. We have to create a vision. We have to create a plan for our lives because otherwise, life will continue to happen to you. Now, life generally happens to us all, but it is worse for the people who's just sitting there like, I don't know, I'll just see. Well, when you're sitting there, just I will see, life will pass by you in a jiffy. And things that you wanted to accomplish just will not be able to be accomplished. And so it is so super important. As you guys are reading from the bottom of the screen, taken from Habakkuk chapter 2, verses 2, the scripture says, write the vision and make it plain so that those who run with it, who sees it, may run with it. And so writing the vision, what is the plan? What is your intentions, your goals or declarations for this new year? Because we don't want to take it for granted that we're sitting in this 2021. As you know, there were thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that simply did not make it. And that's just on Corona. What about all the people that die from other sicknesses and other perhaps accidents and other issues that, we used to hear so much about, but we don't hear so much about them anymore because COVID just kind of, hey, COVID came in and is like, listen, I'm the new star. And so thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of people passed away and did not make it into 2021. If you are hearing my voice and you are able to see me, you are blessed. You are blessed because your ears work, your eyes work, and you are able to have been able to cross over into a new year, a new life. So no matter what happened in 2021, in 2020, sorry, you can decide what your 2021 looks like in spite of what's going on. And so that's what I wanted to for us to work on tonight. Create this vision plan for ourselves because it is so important. So I'm asking you guys to please share this live, get people in because what we're talking about is so important. Because while we're saying that we want to create a vision plan for our lives, I'm going to show you how tonight. So tonight is, get paper and pencil. Tonight is just don't listen to me. But get your pen, get your paper, get your pencil, get your stuff together so that we can do this together. And I wanted this to be a very interactive exercise. So definitely, I want to give people a few more minutes to come on. before we get into the nitty-gritty of this, because I do want people who really need this, because sometimes we have these ideas of things that we want to do, and they sound great, but we just don't know how to put them together. And we don't know how to even obtain accountability so that we can continue doing that. And so I am hoping you guys are going to be blessed by what we're going to do tonight, because it's so very important for you to not just have ideas in your head, but that you know how to transfer those down in paper. So while you guys are waiting, come on, definitely share. Last week, I had told you guys, since we were talking about the importance of vision planning in our Ask a Therapist segment, that we will go over this week over Cindy Trimm's, Dr. Cindy Trim, sorry. Dr. Cindy Trimm's have this writing a vision plan. She has 12 sections in it, and I gave you guys the link. And let me see if I can write the link down again for you guys. Copy that so that, let me paste. Yeah. So I've just copied and pasted. So for those of you guys who are on the Sandra Garson, one, you'll see the link. Click on the link. That's what we're going to be working on. And let me see if I can actually put it on those who are on my regular page. So give me a second. Let me take a look on, let me go back on the other page so that I can pull. Okay. All right. Copy. Oh, no, I don't want to delete or block me. I just want to copy it. It won't let me copy it. Oh, I can actually open it on Facebook itself. Yeah, let me open it on Facebook. So I put it on here. Let me put it on, oh yeah, here, the comments. Okay, so you guys see that, right? All right. So you guys should have access to that in our conversation, so we can, all right. Let me get back on, okay, the video screen. Okay. So you guys have the link, and you can click on the link, and I will show you. So it's right here, and we're going to go over it tonight. So I have to pull it down from the other one. So you guys see this? So there's 12 sections. Let me try to pull it up. Let me see if it's going where you guys can see that. Yep, so it went up. So I have to manually pull it up and down on the other screen. Okay, so there is the sections. We're going to be dealing on personal identity and writing some goals around that. Companionship. There are some of you guys who are married, those of you guys who desire to marry. We're going to do some family vision planning goals, goals on personal growth. Are you guys able to hear me? Could you, since I'm on the other screen and looking, I just want to make sure you guys are able to hear me. So if you guys can send some thumbs up or a heart or let me know in the comments that you can hear me, that will be great, because I want to make sure you guys are able to hear me for those of you guys who are watching with me tonight. So we're going to do some on personal growth, and we're going to do some on career, networks, friends and colleagues, recreational renewal type goals, spiritual goals, financial goals, health and fitness, and your personal legacy. Those are the areas that we're going to be looking tonight on in doing some vision planning. Okay, so I hope you guys have the link to, I put it on there. You can click on it and open up in another page so that you can keep that document for yourself. And also, we're going to go over tonight. We may not be able to go through all of the sections tonight, but we're definitely going to do our best in going through. So are you guys are able to hear? Let me see if I'm in the... Let's see. If you guys, let me go back to my regular page, kind of bouncing around between a couple of sessions. Okay. Oh, hi, Carlo. Welcome, welcome. My brother-in-law, I'm excited. Thank you for joining. I appreciate that. Okay. So tonight, vision planning, very important, because we simply cannot just imagine dreams and goals and things that we want to accomplish in our lives if we are not um, going to write those things down. And sometimes it's challenging to write those goals down for ourselves, but it's so important for us to begin to think about writing them down, because as the scripture here says in Habakkuk 2, write the vision and make it plain, so those who sees it may run with it. Now, this is your vision plan. And what does it mean that for those who see it may run with it? It is saying, listen, yes, this is your vision. Those are the things that you want to accomplish in your life. But if you write it in a way, because first of all, the goals and the visions for your life, there is absolutely no way, especially if they're God-given visions and goals and dreams. There is absolutely no way you by your own self can accomplish all of them. You need help. You need someone to walk you through that process. You need someone to come in and say, hey, you know what? Well, that's your goal, that's your vision. Okay, here's the piece that I have that can help build you in this. Here's the piece here's the piece of the puzzle that you're missing for this particular goal for it to happen. Because we cannot do it all on our own. But when we write it in a way that is clear, we draw people. Hi, our helpers. When God wants to bless you, he sends people. When the enemy wants to trip you up and mess you up, he sends people. So there's a lot of people over the years. I've worked with a lot of hundreds of clients, and I hear this so often. And let me just actually come out of this for a second, so I can talk. Yeah. So there are people, so many people who would say, you know, I really don't like people. I don't trust people. I don't like people. People just, you know, you need people. You cannot function and operate effectively on, you can't even function, even whether effectively or not. You just simply cannot operate on this earth by your lonesome. For the people who think, well, I did it all by myself, I built my own stuff, I did this, I did that. None of us did any of that by ourselves. You went to college and got a degree. Did you teach your own self? No. You needed professors and people who train themselves and who avail themselves to be able to teach you some things and help you grow and help you do things. So you may not have had family and friends that were supportive to you. And sometimes friends and family are supportive, but just not in the way you wanted them to be supportive. So none of us is doing life by ourselves. None of us are making it by ourselves. And so when we write our vision plans and we write the goals, and especially so many of you guys, you know, have all this incredible ideas and visions that God has given you, and you are just waiting for these things to come to pass. And God is waiting for you to do the part that you need to do for them to come to pass. You know, even those that have been prophesied over. I believe in prophecy. I believe that there is a remnant, the true prophets that really are hearing from God and really are speaking into our lives. And I've had some great prophetic words over my own lives, but I had to understand that those words that was prophesied over my life will not come to pass if I do not do my part. So there is, oh, my nails look really good on this. I was just doing all this stuff and then, but it's just kind of cute. So, anyways, I realized that if I don't do my part, those visions and those goals do not come to pass. Those prophetic words, rather, do not come to pass. And so it is with goals. Okay. So if you are going to have the goals and the visions that you have come to pass, you need to write it in a way that draws other people, really draws your helpers, your destiny helpers. I've heard it said, by Apostle Joshua Selman, destiny helpers, people that are assigned to you, assigned to help you fulfill, assigned to help you carry what you've been given to carry. You know, I have this, God gave me this vision, this goal of this ministry. Well, guess what? This ministry doesn't work without you guys showing up, because who am I ministering to? So I'm privileged and I'm humbled that you guys show up. And so I can have these great dreams. I saw Ludmir here tonight earlier. And so when I was running my practice, in as before we pivoted and shifted, Ludmir showed up. And when she showed up, let me tell you, I was in a place in my practice. I had a business relationship that fell apart horribly. Um, and so I was just like, things were just like all over the place and upside down and just falling, and things were just falling apart. My business was falling apart. And I'm like, God, I don't know how to do this. I can't do this all on my own. I need help. Ludmir showed up because I needed to get new clinicians because I couldn't manage the demand by myself. And so Ludmir shows up. And so she was like, you know what? At that time we were doing I didn't have employees. They were what do you call them? Independent contractors, and that wasn't going to work for her. And she was like, you know what? Unfortunately, that's not going to work for me. You know, I need to be an employee. And I was in the process of trying to change all that around, but I wasn't there yet. And so she told me, listen, I'm not working at the moment, and so I'm here. You don't have to pay me. I believe God is in this place. I believe you doing a work of God. So I am here. I'll wait till you turn everything around into employees. But in the interim, I'm here. And she came into my office every day as a volunteer for a few weeks. And she helped me. I'm kind of feeling a little bit emotional right now. You have no idea what that is, for you to be all stressed out, unsure what the next move, and you're trying to hear what God wants you to do. And you know, I need you to tell me what the next move is, God. But then also I have a business, like a physical business that I got to deal with, and I have staff, I have clients, and I need to figure out what am I doing. And so it was challenging, but this incredible, powerful woman, Ludmir Aim, I honor you publicly. I honor you. I honor you. I honor you. Because you came, and for a few weeks you didn't ask me for a penny. You didn't know me from anywhere. You just knew that this was God. And so I needed to have her. She helped me organize stuff, put things in order, get some things together until we were finally able to transition into staff, into employees, and for her to get to finally get paid. She didn't owe me that, but she was sent to me by God to help me fulfill and walk through this process that I was going through. And you also need people. You need God to send people that is going to help walk with you through this process. Because no matter how intelligent you are, no matter how smart you are, no matter how whatever it is you are, you alone is not enough. You need help, you need support. And creating a vision plan really begin to transform your life, transform your mind. It transforms everything about you. And what it also does, most importantly, it calls out your destiny helpers. And because you create a space for your destiny helpers to come, it blesses them too. So now we pivot. Ludmir doesn't work for me no more because Ludmir works for herself. And because her faithfulness in serving and working with me, for about a year she worked, and she was faithful, and she was praying for me, praying for clients. God has blessed her with her own business, her own home health care business. Flourishing Homes, I believe it is. If you're still on here, Ludmir, if you can type that information in the comments. So if you guys need your grandparents or people that are ill that need some support, reach out to Flourishing Home Health Services. She has plenty staff under her now. That is a blessing of God, Because what you do for people, what you make happen for someone, God makes happen for you. And so, yes, write your information on here for me, Ludmir, so that everyone knows how to get in contact with you if they need your services, because you are truly an honor to know you, to have met you, that you helped me in this in a very, very difficult season. Very, very difficult season of my life. And so now let's get into, so you guys got your pen, you got your paper. Please share this, invite friends, send them a text, send them to get on here. We're going to write some vision plan, some vision goals for yourself. And so you guys have the link, click on the link and get on the link so that we can get on there. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see. Okay. Oh, added to it. So now I'm going to add this to my stream. Okay. Let me see if I cleared this brand here so it could be clear. Oh, no, cancel. Let's see. Okay, this is a bit more clearer. Okay, so you guys are able to see this, right? Please give me a thumb up, star, whatever, so I know you guys. Hi, Whittler. Thank you for watching. Welcome. Tonight we're going over creating a vision plan for your life. Okay. So let me know that you guys are able to hear, you're able to see. You have the link on the, I put the link, CindyTrimsMinistries.org. You can click on the link so that you also will be able to have this document even after. Whether we're able to finish this tonight or not, I don't know, but we ain't in a rush. We're going to take our time and do this right so that we can do it in such a way that will draw us to us, our destiny helpers. So the first one, so this vision plan, Dr. Cindy Trims, I don't know if you guys are familiar with her, but she's an incredible voice, speaking, doing conferences and just really training and equipping the body of Christ in so many different areas. And so, and one of them, where she created this vision plan for your life. And so there are 12 areas of this vision plan. And so let me pull this one up here so I can see better because, so it's saying here how it is a good idea to start with a vision board. Latanya Francois, Let's Write Life. She is fantastic on creating vision boards. And she does so much on journaling and creating vision plans for your life. So she's also a really great source. She's on Facebook and she's on Instagram, Latanya Francois, I believe. You could find her that way, or you can find her by Let's Write Life. She does a lot of courses and things like that on how to create those things. But so it says that a vision board is a simple yet powerful visualization tool that activates the universal law of attraction to begin manifesting your dreams into reality. The concept of the vision board, also known as the vision goal, also known as vision board, as a goal board or a goal map, has been around for generations. So what she's saying is this: listen, this purpose of creating a vision plan and creating a vision board, if you choose to do that, and some people do incredible, they just cut out newspapers and just really create this fantastic visual board, because some people are very visual learners and some people just need to write stuff down and then that's good for them. What it does, it activates the law of attraction. So that's the same thing as drawing your destiny helpers. If those things are to come to pass in your life, scripture says it must be written down, because there is something that is so absolute and powerful about a written thing. When it's written, welcome, Williams, welcome, welcome. So there is something really powerful when you write something. There is power in what you speak and declare out of your mouth. So when you're writing your vision plan, those are things that it's important that you open up your mouth and you declare things and that you write it down. Writing it down is almost as if you just signed it and it became law. And so that is important. And so there are 12 areas that she talks about that are really great building blocks or gold points you want to think about when you're doing your vision plan or vision for your life. And just so we're doing this tonight, but don't think this is just like a one night kind of thing. This may take you a few months. It really may take you some time for you to really begin to pray, really begin to think about what do I want to accomplish in these particular areas. And so it's not just random things we want to put down. We're just going to go through it. But you in your own personal time may want to really sit down and pray and then ask God to give you some insight on how to better formalize those goals so they reflect his goals for you, not just your goal for yourself. All right. So the first one we're doing with personal identity. Identity is such a huge issue and huge area that we have to be. People get so lost because of identity, unclear in who they are. We know the Bible. For me, some of you guys may not ascribe to faith. I understand that and I respect your decision to or not. But when you start to think about what is who am I? What is my identity? Who am I called to be? We are as producers and developers and creators and things of that nature. When we create whatever we create, like this bottle, well, drinking water cup thing, it was created for a purpose. The chair was created for a purpose. Everything around us, somebody created for a specific purpose. It may have multiple purposes, but it was created originally with an original intention, an original intent. And so I believe all of us, none of us showed up here on earth by our own wisdom because we just decided we wanted to be on earth, but we all showed up here because God allowed us passage into this earth and has allowed us, has given us purpose and a reason why we should be here. People complain about, there's so many problems on earth and so many problems around the world. Well, yes, there are. And guess what? You were born to resolve them. Back in the Garden of Eden, when God gave Adam and Eve, God gave Adam, Eve, and humankind the earth and gave us jurisdiction over the earth, gave us authority over the earth. We rule the earth. And so when we're seeing craziness happen, some people are like, well, oh my goodness, where's God? Why isn't God doing anything? Why should God come in and push you out of the way and do what he called you to do? So there's this need for us to develop ourselves and to grow ourselves so that we can be used of God to solve those issues that are going on around us. And so that's so important that we formalize our identity in Christ. If formalize your identity in something that just can't be shaken, and so that's important for us to know who we are, because once we know who we are, then we are free to function and operate according to who we are, not according to what society says, not according to what our friends, our family, it's not according to all these other voices. When we know and we are clear on who we are, we're able to move into our purposes with greater wisdom. No, you're done for TV for the night. You can play with your toys. Sorry. I still got to be mom while I'm doing live. And so the first question in thinking about how to create those goals deals with your likes and dislikes. What do you like and what you don't like? And that could range from the types of food to the types of companies, the type of person. You are, sorry, if you take my husband and um, I love hanging out with people, but he loves hanging out with people. Because of the work I do, I'm usually with clients all day long. I could see between anywhere from 5 to 8 clients a day. That's like 8 hours of talking and listening. When I get home or when I'm done with work, I don't want to deal with noise anymore. I like quietness. I want to be able to walk around my house butt naked if I want to. Okay? I want that freedom and that comfortability. He would love to have people here 24/7. He enjoys that laughing, joking, and playing games and all these other stuff. And that's great. So that's why we really need a bigger house so that he can have his space to do that, because that is who he is. That's just like the things that he enjoy. Whereas, I can come in and sit with you for a little while and talk and laugh, and then okay, I'm all set. It was nice seeing you. Have a great night. God bless you. And then I go back to I wouldn't say my seclusion or my solidarity, or not solidarity. What's the word? Solitaire. I enjoy being with Sandra. I really enjoy being with Sandra. It's taken years for me to learn to love Sandra's company and be okay with Sandra and just want to hang out with her. It wasn't always that way. I used to be annoyed with my company and didn't want to be with me myself anymore. And I just wanted to be around people and have people around me so I don't have to deal with Sandra. But over the years, I've learned to love Sandra. The Sandra that I am right now. Not the Sandra I hope I become. The one that I am right now, with both my goods and my bads. So what are your likes and what are your dislikes? What are your strengths and what are your weaknesses? Areas that you're really strong in, areas that you're not very strong in. And you guys can jot some stuff down in the comments too and share and say, I'm really good in this area. That's my strength, that's my weakness area. So you want to start to think about, as you're beginning to create personal identity goals, who are you? Those are some of the questions you want to begin to think about. And so, um, what do you want to own? That's an important thing. And that also lends to one of the other areas of legacy. What do you want to own? Is it a house? There are people who spend their entire lives in apartments. And while there's nothing wrong with an apartment, but they never envision more. Some people don't want more just because they don't want the responsibility of owning your own home. And that's okay if that's you. I don't want the responsibility. If something's broken, I want to call somebody to come and fix it and I won't have to deal with it. That's great. But there are some people who would love to own their own home and cannot even fathom the possibility of something like that. And so, what do you want to accomplish? What are you looking to accomplish in your life? Whether I want to get a master's degree, a bachelor's degree, I want to finish high school, I want to get a doctorate degree, I want to, own my own business. What are some of the things that you want to accomplish? And also, I want to say in regards to Ludmir, when I had gotten this vision goal plan, I gave a copy to each of my staff, and then I remember Ludmir sharing with me that, "Hi Elizabeth, welcome." And I remember Ludmir sharing with me that she and her family sat down and did this together, and they came up with a business. And I believe that's Flourishing Homes is what is growing now because they came together as a family to do this. How incredible, And so, what do you want to accomplish? You got to think about those things. Hi, Denise. Welcome, welcome. So you got to think about these things. What do you want to accomplish? What is your dream house? You know, what kind of home do you want to live in? You know, one of the sad things that has happened to a lot of us adults, we have forgotten how to dream. It's sad because dreaming is so incredible because it allows your imagination to strengthen. And we just said, I ain't got time for that. I got bills, child. I got bills. I got this. I got that. Do you know your bills will continue to be here? And all the responsibility that you have, they will continue to be here. If God forbids you just drop. You have to think about, especially those of us who are parents, we have to really begin to dream and imagine and share those dreams with our families and especially our children because they need to know it's okay to do that. Describe your dream car. Okay? What do you want to drive? If money wasn't an option, what would you be driving? You know? Think about those things. There's 3 cars I've wanted in my life. One was the Infiniti FX35. Um, I had in 2007. I had that car in 2007. The next one is the GLE, Mercedes-Benz GLE 360. That one has not showed up yet, but it's coming in the name of Jesus. And the other car that I have wanted was the Rolls-Royce Phantom Drophead Coupe in metallic blue. Okay? I ain't got the kind of money, nowhere near the kind of money for that car yet. And I don't need to have the kind of money for it yet. I just need to imagine it. I went and test drove my Infiniti. That was back in 2007. I went and test drove my Infiniti years before. So I think maybe like in early 2000, I had somewhere I saw the car, or 2003, 2000, I saw the Infiniti at a mall and I was like, oh my God, that's the car I want. I went and test drove it. People were like, you crazy. You only got the kind of money. I don't care. They let me test drive it. I showed them my license and let me try test drive it. So what was that? You know? And 2 years ago, I went and I test drove my Mercedes Benz. So I just haven't test drive the Phantom, the Rolls Royce yet. I'm not in a rush, but you know what? When that opportunity presents itself, I'm definitely gonna do it. If that opportunity presents itself, because I want that car. It's not a right now car. It may be my final car, or I may choose that I want something different. It doesn't matter. I It's important for you to have different ideas of what you want, because what happens when you have these goals and these dreams, they begin to take you and pull you towards those things. So, if my goal is to own a house or go to school, then I'm spending like 5, 6 hours on Facebook, going through Facebook and Instagram. Wait a minute, my vision, my dream that I'm for real about, that I also have accountability, people who's gonna hold me accountable, is gonna be like, wait a minute, 5 hours on Facebook and Instagram. Don't you got school? Don't you have to work? Don't you have other things you need to do? So that's not to say you shouldn't have recreational and fun time, but it prevents you from wasting too much of your time, because it wants to be it want your life says, listen, you have a goal. You going to school, you want a business, you want this, you want that. You need to come. Draw along. Okay. So when we think about those goals, so just for the personal identity one, so understanding who you are, the things that you like, the things you don't like, your strength, your weaknesses, the things you want to own, accomplish, your dream house, your dream car, those kind of ideas. And you may have some other questions that you can ask around identity stuff too, that is flowing through some of your heads. The things that you want to create, those are important for you to begin to create a goal. What is the goal that you want to have? Typically, with some of these vision plans, um, people are typically writing a 5 year, 10 year, even a 20-year vision goal for themselves. And In 20 years from now, where do I want to be in life? In my personal identity? What kind of home do I want to own? Or do I want to buy other homes so I can do investments? What about my education? Do I want to where am I educationally? And what do I want to accomplish? You know, and so those are the things that you want to start to think about in your personal identity. Any questions so far, guys? Questions, comments, thoughts? Okay. So the next area, let me bring this up. Okay. So the next area is companionship and marriage. Some of you guys may desire to be married. Some of you guys be like, you know what? I don't want that stress. Because let me tell you, I was itching to get married and now I'm married and I'm thankful and I do love my husband and I'm grateful for him. But it's a lot of work. It is not, it really isn't the fantasy that I had imagined it was. Some days it is that, and some days it's more than that. But the most regular days, it is regular. Majority of the days, it is regular. Yesterday was my birthday, and he was originally gonna take me out to dinner. Then he's like, "No, I don't want to take you out to dinner." And he decided I'm gonna cook and invite some people. Okay, so he cooked a delicious meal and invited some friends over, and we sat down. We ate, we laughed, we joked, we listened to music. We played cards and all these different things. It was really nice. That is beautiful. Every day is not that way. And so we want to be mindful that we're clear on what it is that we think companionship and marriage may entail. Um, so it asks the kind of person you want to grow old with. What are their characteristics? There is a saying that I saw that says, marry character, not charm. There are some men and women out there that are so charming and they just like have you like, like a little kid and have zero character. When they say they're going to do something, there is no honest, their word don't mean nothing to them. There was one person I was in relationship with that was just very frustrating. He would say, "Oh, I'm gonna do XYZ," and I was like, "Okay, great." When I come back to him, it's like, "Hey, what's going on? I thought you was gonna do XYZ." This person would just blow up on me and make me feel like I was insane for thinking that he would even say anything like that. And I'm like, wait a minute. I know I heard you say that. So why are you turning this on me and making me feel stupid? Like there's no way you could have possibly said anything like that. So the character, is this man honest, integrous? You know? How are they in their relationships with other people? Is every 2 minutes they had a friend today? This was my best friend. Now that's no longer my best friend. That they can't maintain relationships, and there's all this drama and craziness in their lives, and there's no stability. There's no insight, no understanding, no vision, and especially for if when you're dealing with a man, where are you going? Because if you want to marry me and you have no vision, no goals, where are you taking me? And those are important for us to just be clear with people that we think about not just that they look good. So there is a story, right? Okay. So there's a story I usually tell clients and I share with clients, especially those that are doing marriage counseling. And so there was a store that sold husbands. And so there's multiple levels into this particular store. So on the first floor, there were the men were, they were kind of good looking. just simple qualities. Good looking, um, had like a regular job, like a what's the word? I can't think of it. Just a regular job. They were regular Joe. And the women went in there, it's like, oh, okay, they're just regular guys. They're just nothing really special about them. And then so the next floor had men that, they were better looking, some were better fit, um, actually really had a job, like a real job, that was bringing in an income, like real income that can help with bills and responsibilities. And so I said, no, Papa, no more technology, toys. Excuse me. And so, yeah, and then so they were going there all excited. Oh my God, the prospects are better, and they had a couple good qualities. Then they're like, okay, they're excited to go to the next level to see what's there. And then the next level, the guys were really good looking, had making six-figure salaries, um, dressed nice, and some of them had really great characters and qualities. And they're like, oh my God, this is so awesome. And they didn't make no purchase. They went to the next floor, and they kept going because every level had a different quality of men until the final level, which was empty. And it says, thank you for shopping with us. Have a great day. And so it can be disappointing because I remember myself that I had a list before I got married, just like a list of a million things that I wanted my husband to be. Go and play with your toys. Don't come crying in front of the door. If you don't, we'll do another segment on parenting. So we'll definitely do another time. We'll do some stuff on parenting because some of these kids, they be acting like because you told them not to go on no more technology, that you have ruined their entire life. And so he was standing in front of the door looking all sad and want to cry because there was no more technology for the night. But anyways, so that's another segment we'll do. But anyways, so I had a long list of the things that I wanted from my husband. And I remember many years ago, as I was putting my list together, hi Lorene, welcome, welcome. And so I remember the Holy Spirit telling me, ask me, why would a husband like that want you? And I was kind of offended. And I was like, what? Like, I mean, I'm wonderful. I'm fabulous, because that's the answers we tend to give as women sometimes. Well, because I'm me. And then so as we begin to have this conversation, me and the Holy Spirit about this, the list of the man, the character and the quality, because I wanted top notch, because don't nobody want, barely enough. We want premium qualities. Go sit down, Papa, and go lay down in your bed. You understand? And so you have so what else? I just lost train of thought. So yes, so I had my list of things that give me 1 second. I'm sorry. I apologize. Please forgive me. I apologize. Mummy duties never ends. It don't matter what you're doing. So anyways, at that time in my personal life, I really did not qualify for the man that I wanted. I didn't have the character. I didn't have the discipline. I didn't have half the things that I wanted him to have. And so that took me on a process of developing Sandra and really being honest with Sandra, where Sandra was at, and all of the deficiencies that I had in my own life that I wanted to pretend everything was okay. That it wasn't okay. There was things in my character that was not right. And I had to work on developing my character so that I was worthy. Not because I said so, because I was worthy, because I did put in the work. And so we want to make sure, and we're thinking about companionship and marriage, and that we're thinking about the person we want to grow old with, that do we actually qualify for that person? Would that person be safe in our hands? Emotionally safe? Would they be spiritually safe? Would they really be would they be well in our hands? Can they are we could they one of the things that my husband have said to me before, on several occasions too, he said, you know what, I feel safe with you. And usually the word safe is not a word men use. It's not often that men uses this um, safe word, but it is so essential that a man feels safe with you. This is not about ride or die chick. It's about, can I be vulnerable in front of you and you not judge me and look at me like I'm not a man and make me feel less than? Can you walk with me through these terrible things, challenges in my life? Could you walk with me in the areas that I'm not finished cooking yet, so to speak? I'm not done. I've not arrived in those places yet. And so could you walk with me and still see me as your man and still honor me that way, even if you got to help me and sometimes you got to carry me? That is important, that a man finds himself safe in your hands, and that, as a woman, as a man, that you can find yourself safe in his hands too, because as women, we're much more emotional and we process much more emotionally than men. And so, hi, Gwendolyn, welcome, welcome. And so when they come into our lives, um, can they deal with our moods sometimes? One minute, sometimes I'm good. The next minute, I don't want to be bothered. And the next minute, I'm okay. It's not bipolar, but it is borderline bipolar sometimes in our moods and our behaviors. And so you need someone that can cover you. As a woman, we need a man that is able to cover us. And cover me doesn't always mean that you're perfect in everything. That if I was falling, can you catch me? Not can you fight somebody who said something to me or some other guy who looked at me. Not that. Can you really see me without makeup, without none of these things, and allow me to be the Sandra that is not always um, on point? I may come up here, my hair is nice, my makeup is nice, and I am relatively a good person, but I'm still a broken person, and I'm still working areas of my life that needs healing, because none of us have arrived anywhere. So we got to remember that none of us has arrived anywhere. The person that you're seeing on Facebook or wherever that looks polished, they're not 100% polished. There might be areas in their lives that are stronger because they developed it. So, the kind of person you want to grow old with. Love language. So the 4 or 5 love languages. I don't know if you guys are familiar with love languages, but Chapman, I got his name, something Chapman, I forgot his name, wrote a book on love languages. So there's 5 love languages. There is words of affirmation. So in terms of love language, what is essentially being said is this. Just like I'm Haitian and I speak Haitian Creole. And if I start to speak Haitian Creole, I think a few of you guys on here understand Haitian Creole. You guys can roll with me. Others will be like, what are you saying? Okay. So the same way with love too, there's a language or a way that I'm able to receive love and for it to mean love to me. And so when we get into relationships and we find incompatibility, especially, is because we're not speaking each other's language, or you're not loving me in the manner that I receive and I understand to be love, or I'm not loving you in the manner that you understand as love. And so it's important for us to be able to communicate love to our partners the way they receive it, not always the way we want it, because it only speaks to us. And so I'm going to share some of that too with you. So, love language, the 5 love languages are words of affirmation. There are people who require you to tell them how wonderful, how awesome, how beautiful they are, that you're doing a good job. I'm proud of you. They need to hear that. If they're not hearing that, they're going to feel some kind of way like, why don't you love me? And, they're going to feel some kind of way because the way they receive love and the way within them they receive love, you're not speaking to them that way. So words of affirmation is huge for some people. And it is okay for us to have multiple love language that we hear strongly too. Um, Words of affirmation, um, gifts. Some people, they want gifts. Buy me flowers, buy me candy, buy me jewelry, buy me this, buy me that. I don't care if you go to the store and you know that I love juicy fruits and you buy me juicy fruits. I don't care. Give that to me because it makes me feel awesome to know that you went out and you were thinking about me and you saw something. It reminded you of me and you brought it to me. And so now I have, and so there are people that holds on to a lot of trinkets. Oh, so and so gave this to me. So and so, they hold on to all of these items and gifts because it matters to them. That's how they're receiving love every time they look at this picture that you bought them, this or whatever it is, gift that you bought them. They remember how it felt that you love them that way. And so words of affirmation, gifts, touch. Touch is a very big, very important. um, Being able to not just physical touch. Some people, they love for you to just be holding them. Hi, Rude. How are you? Welcome. They love for you to be just your hands all over them. They want you to talk to them, touch them, and let them know how awesome they are and holding their hands. When we walk in, please, why don't you hold my hands? We're walking. You should be holding my hands. Or when you're sitting next to them, you're playing with their ears, you're playing with their hair, or you just touching them. I'm a touch person. I love being just touched. I just love it. It just does something for me. And then you're dealing with sexual intercourse, that intimacy, and so that's another love language. Another love language is so is gifts, words of affirmation, touch. What's the other two? Acts of service. Acts of service is maybe going and taking. Some people just appreciate you taking something off their plate. So if I'm coming home and I gotta cook, clean, get dinner ready, and get the kids ready, and I come home and the dishes were dirty, and you wash the dishes for me, thank you. That's a load off my shoulders. I appreciate that. Or you took my car to get washed, or you put gas in my car for me. That, oh, what, I was driving your car the other day and I heard a noise and I took it and I got it fixed. Thank you. I appreciate that. Or I saw this was, you were missing this and I got this for you. That is important. What is the last one? Time. Time. I'm a time and a touch person. And definitely too, acts of service, but a time and a touch person. So time, not just that we just sitting there watching TV. I want you to give me your undivided attention. I want what I'm saying to you to mean something. And so for you, let's talk. I want this eye contact. And so that is super important in the love language. Then you're dealing with communication styles. you know so those, and then you're dealing, even it asks you also your ideal date night. Those types of things that, when, oh, we are at 8 o'clock already, and we just only really did two. Just the concept of them. So we didn't even actually write a goal yet. But how many of you guys, sorry, I'd be thinking I have time to do these things, and I just kind of, so tell me, guys, how are you guys enjoying this? Is this helpful to you guys? Are you guys finding this helpful? From the two that we talked about, personal identity and companionship, you guys finding any thing helpful in it? We're already at our time already. And so we just had looked at and just processed a little bit these two, personal identity and companionship. Any comments, any thoughts? I think we should pause here. And we can go more next week, but starting to think about, in these areas, as you're looking at these areas, what are goals that you think you can draw up from these areas for yourself? First, let me pull it down so you can see it both on the screen. Okay. So the personal identity, again, your likes, dislikes, your weaknesses and strength, things that you want to own, accomplish, even your dream house, importance about dreaming again, your dream car. What are goals that you can establish from these areas? So start to think about that and create those. And you know what? If you guys have some of that, you want to write it on a comment, or if you want to email me, Sandra Garcon Dejerville at Gmail, that would be great. When you guys do put all this goals together, if you want to send it over to me to take a look at it and just maybe give you some thoughts, I'd love to do that. I don't have any problem doing that. Companionship goals, the type of person you want to grow with, and most importantly, are you worthy of that person? And don't think because you're beautiful or you're good looking, you're handsome, that qualifies you. No. Or you might have money or whatever. That's not what makes you an ideal candidate. Those things are helpful. They're nice. If you're good looking, there's nice. If you have money, that's awesome. But that's not enough to build anything that's going to last. Love languages, communication styles, and preferences. How do you like to communicate and be communicated to? And even your ideal night date, that just kind of helps that person understand you in a different, understand your, it gives insight to your sense of vulnerability, by you letting me know what really is at your core, your desire. Okay. So we will stop there for tonight. We will continue next week in the family area. Again, I want you guys, hi, Darlene. Welcome. Thank you for watching. So I want you guys to look at these particular goals and create a couple ones. And so I'm going to do my best to try to write out a couple goals out of these and give that and have that for you guys for next week, just as some examples that you guys can use in terms of goal, because we did a lot more describing than what do you call it, writing the particular goals. But all of these goals are unique. Some of you guys maybe already have your dream car, already have your dream house. That's no longer a goal for you. What is a goal for you in these areas? And so doing that, and yes, I think it is important when you're in a relationship or wanting a relationship to have your what you want in a man, what you want in a woman, those qualities. There are those physical qualities, their looks and things of that nature. And then what are their spiritual or their character? The character is the important thing, and if you're in a relationship and you're thinking that this person might be it, that I want to build my life with, okay, do an inventory. Why? What is it about this person that has convinced you that they are the right one for you? If you're a person of faith, praying, fasting, when I met my husband, and I mean, we had a very, very short courtship, a very, very short courtship, about 2 months. And then we got married. But before we got married, I reached out to my pastors down in Florida. So I have my pastors, Jesus People Proclaim. And so Apostle Billy and Apostle Cynthia Thompson, they've been in my life since for about almost 20 years. They've been my spiritual parents. And so even though I don't live in Florida anymore, I'm still so very connected to JPP. And I go down a couple times a year just to be a part of, conferences and intensives and other things that they're doing, because that's my family. They help build a spiritual foundation in me, and I just love them. So I reach out to them and I talk with them. Hey, I'm dating this guy, and this is where this is going, and what you guys think, and what's your thoughts? And I had to do that because I didn't want to do something that, the people that matter to me, my spiritual parents, because spirituality and faith means so much to me, and it's so important to me. I didn't want to make a decision that they just found out that I got married, but I wanted to make sure that they were aware that they had an opinion and they had thoughts about this, and so bring that before God, because you do want someone that does not simply is compatible for your now self, but a person that is flexible to grow with you. Because who you are right now, 5 years from now, you should not be the same person. There should be some growth and development in your life, that you don't think the same way, you don't act the same way. There should be some elevation that happens in your life, that people will be like, oh, that's a different person. Hi, Cynthia. Hi, hey, Belle from Creole. Welcome. Long time. And so there should be something um, about the person, that some flexibility within the person that is going to grow with you in the course and the challenges that life will bring. And so a right now person will just fit where you are right now. They like everything you like right now. They're doing everything you do right now, but they don't have the capacity to grow with you. When you stop clubbing, you stop doing some things that you used to do that's no longer, you may no longer be interested in. Do you lose all of that because that's what you guys did? You clubbed together, or you just had fun, or whatever the case may have been. So you want people, someone that is gonna grow with you. And if you're a person of faith, definitely go back to God before you make a final call on who you choose as a lifelong companion. And so I hope tonight was helpful to you guys. Please come back next week, because we have so much more left to do. We have the family. So in creating a vision plan and goals for your life, you're going to go over family and extended family. Personal growth, we have that left. We have career, your networks. Networks are super important, and how to create some networks, personally and professionally, your friends and colleagues. So you see how this was separated out? Networks, friends, and colleagues. Some people you guys come across on Facebook that is cool, you hang out with and you have a great time with, or social media, or you just meet them. Some of these people really are just for professional. They're not meant to hang out with you all day long. And so if you don't know how to separate friendship and professional, you can mess up the purpose they came in your life for. Recreational and being able to renewal, self-renewal, restoration. Our souls get so bombarded all the time, our hearts, our minds, our emotions, our will. We need renewal, and how to do that. Spiritual growth, super, super important. Financial stability, incredibly important. Health and fitness, legacy. You know, you cannot have personal legacy without health and fitness. Because how are you going to sustain yourself? Or financial stability or spiritual growth or being able to recreation and be able to have fun and renew, be able to renew yourself because life is constantly happening to us, and we need to renew. We need a method of restoration or restitution um, of rest. So we want to go over, talk about these ideas, and then try to create some goals around them. So this will not be one session. Like, I don't know. I just never end up doing one session stuff because I just don't always know how. Um, and so yeah, so I don't always know how, because when I get to talk, I just, I'm grateful God comes in and I just begin to share my heart and to share my experiences, because I think that is so important, because that's one of the areas that people are afraid to do. They're afraid to show themselves to people because they feel that they need to show you all of the best of them. And that's great. But you also have to be, life does require us to be vulnerable and show people our own hurt and our own brokenness. And how we do that is important. By me sharing my story with you guys, some of you guys be like, really? That's what you did? Really? That doesn't make sense. And so, you know what? I also have to be okay with criticism. I also have to be okay that my path will not be the path you take, and that's okay. You may not like the path I took. That's okay, because that's Sandra's path. What you can glean from Sandra, you glean from Sandra. What I can glean from you, I glean from you. It doesn't mean I got to throw you away. I just have to take from you, or get from you, or receive from you what you came to help me with. There are people that come into my life is just for spiritual. I have my mentor, even my spiritual mom down in Florida. I love her. She's been in my life for many years. If I really need to speak to her, and definitely I can call her up and talk with her. But she's not my hangout buddy. And so if I turn her into that, or try to turn her into that, I will corrupt or ruin the relationship God intended me to have. A spiritual mom, someone that could tell me to sit down and close your mouth. You're wrong. Change it. Do it this way. She has such an incredible ability to just cut you open and rip you open and be like, that's not right. That's not right. Take this out. Take this out. And then put you back together in love, so that you don't feel like you're walking away like, man, I just got cut open, and she just took a whole lot of craziness out of my life and called me out on a lot of stuff. And then I didn't feel like, what kind of person are you? I didn't feel ashamed, like, wow, how could you? No, it was done in love. She has that ability, that anointing, to cut you open and just give it to you straight shooter, and sew you back up and send you on your way with love. And so I have to honor that relationship, and can't trying to turn her into someone I hang out with, that I'm calling about everything that's going on in my life. That's not what that relationship is for. That's an accountability relationship. That is a protection for my life. Hi, Carlene. Welcome, welcome. So that relationship, so there are people that God will send into your life. They are to hold you accountable. They are guardians over your life. And they can check you and tell you how you just close your mouth, stop. And you're going to have to be humble to receive that, because they were set to be guardians over your life. There are people that I hang out with, just laugh and joke and just be silly with, and just be. So all these relationships. Hi, Tanny, welcome. You guys are coming as we're getting ready to close. So on Monday nights at 7, we start. And tonight we were talking about treatment goals, how to create goals, not treatment goals, sorry, vision goals for your life. And we talked tonight about personal identity. And we also talk about companionship and marriage, and some of those things you want to take a look in. So definitely review, go back and listen. Please share this live. The more people that comes on, the more information we can disseminate. Sometimes we have people in our life that drives us crazy, and we just don't want to be bothered with them sometimes. Sometimes it's because they're not exposed to information that they need. And so you're not being charged for this. I have clients that have to sit, we process this together and they got to pay me to hear a lot of this wisdom. And so you guys don't have to. It's my privilege and my honor, and I'm grateful for the opportunity that you give me your ears to hear me out. And so I hope tonight was helpful to you. The link on there with Cindy Trims Ministries that has the right division, please click on that link, open it, save it, download it, print it out for your own self, so that you can always, and these are not any goals you write this year, 6 months later, you can review, you should be reviewing and say, wait a minute, okay, maybe I need to make some upgrades. Maybe I need to change this goal, or maybe this goal was accomplished. And so thank you again. I appreciate your ears. I pray you were blessed by what we shared, by what I shared tonight. Please share this with your friends and with your circle. Please come back next week at 7 on Monday so we can go continue dealing with this vision planning areas for your life, because it don't matter what 2020 did and what 2021 looked like, you are still responsible to create some goals and some plans for your life so that those who see it may run with it. Because when you create these things, it's as if you automatically send out word to the universe. Those who have been assigned to help you, they begin to show up. And the last point I would say about people who are assigned to help you, so I believe that there are people that are assigned to you in certain seasons of your life to help carry you through or work with you through a particular experience or challenge. Do not assume that those people have to be the people that are around you right now. That is the most dangerous thing people have done, that has caused a whole lot of heartbreak, because they assume the people that they ride with are the ones that's going to walk with them through everything. Those are the ones that are assigned to do all this with them. And it is not. It is not. Oftentimes, majority of the time, it is not. Very few people in your life right now have been assigned to walk with you through certain seasons of your life. And so that's why we have to be very mindful that we are constantly doing this inventory of ourselves to see an inventory of people. There's some people that are in your life, really, they should have been evicted a long time ago. Why they're still there, I don't know. But you need to send them on their way with love, because you only have a certain amount of space in your life. It's not like on social media, you can have 10,000 followers. You can have 10,000 friends. Your life cannot house all that, cannot house that many people. You ain't got the time. And so you want to make sure, hi, Michelle, welcome. So you want to make sure the people that are in your life are the people that should be in your life at this season. So that way, there is room for anyone God wants to send into your life to walk with you through whatever. It might be someone that's coming to teach you some stuff spiritually. It may be someone that's coming to teach you some stuff professionally. It may be someone, you don't know. It's not always the people that you have around you. So do some inventory and remove some people and release them in love. Okay? So I'll see you guys again next week so we can continue our conversation on vision planning and creating some goals. And like I said, I'm going to, for the two that we did tonight, the personal identity and the relationship and companionship area, I'm going to try to create some goal examples that you guys can have to help you guys in creating your own. But certainly don't wait on me, create your own already. And so you guys feel free to, once you all created your goals, you can email them to me at Sandra Garcon. what is it? Sandra Garson Dejerville at Gmail. I'm gonna write it down. And yep. So Sandra Garson Dejerville at gmail.com. You can so from there, yeah, you can send it to me and I can take a look at it. I don't have a problem taking a look at it if you email it to me. But begin working on your goals and have a wonderful evening. And God bless you and thank you for watching. Okay. Oh, any questions, comments before I go? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, thank you so much. God bless you guys.